Happy Friday. Well, I've had a very, very good week. I've had a very good week full of lots of wonderful events and met some wonderful humans. And I went a bit rogue. What happens often when I'm speaking is I have a bit of a format, like obviously. I create presentations for whatever room I'm going to be in, so I never really do the same thing twice. There's bits of repeat stuff, but kind of what I do is so you know how if you're eating healthy, you might have a container of carrot, a container of lettuce and chopped tomatoes all in the fridge, and you make a salad. I kind of do that with speaking. So I have containers of stuff that I like to talk about, and then I make a different salad every time. Does that make sense? So I sort of just pick and mix what I'm going to talk about, depending on what the room needs and who's in the room, like not what's in the room, but who's in the room, as in the demographic, the industry, whatever the gender balance, whatever's going on. And I really love creating bespoke solutions for speaking. And anyway, I was talking about, I got on a bit of a rant about being nice. And so I'm a huge believer in kindness, such a big believer in kindness. I think kindness makes the world go round. And, it doesn't cost anything to be kind, So I love kindness. And I think if you're going to be anything, just be kind. Be kind to everyone, because you don't know, that saying that you don't know how hard someone's life is. And it looks like everyone's just bumping around, having a great time. But actually, most people are dealing with really hard shit. But I'm kind of got this anti-nice thing at the moment, because especially for women, so if you're listening to this and you're a woman, women have been trained to be nice for fucking centuries. And that's no one's fault. That's it's all part of you're trained by your mother, who was trained by her mother, who was trained by her mother, who was trained by her mother. And you can say what you like about gender, and you can say what you like about equality, but I think men and women are different, and our upbringings are different, our hormones are different, our bodies are different, and our experiences are different. And as a female, there's certain messages you get from the world and from our families and from society and whatever fucking else. And one of them is that, you should be nice. And it's like I remember being told as a child, oh, that's not very ladylike. And, don't sort of draw attention to yourself and all this sort of shit. And it's like, you've got to be nice. And even that whole sit with your legs crossed, like on a horse, how women used to sit fucking side saddle. What is that about? Right? I mean, I'm sure maybe, I don't know. I should look that up. Is it because they were wearing dresses? But they weren't wearing fucking pencil skirts, were they? When they were Victorian, they had big wide frocks, so they could have had their legs wide apart on a horse. But anyway, there's all this niceness. Nice. It's okay for a man to get pissed. It's not okay for a woman to get pissed, because it's like, well, that's not very ladylike, and you've got to be nice. And all these manners and bullshit. No men ever got put through finishing school. Women got taken away and taught how to be ladies so that we could be palatable and chosen by the men folk. I'm just like, are you fucking joking? And I was at a conference this week, and I was talking to a woman, came up to me in the lobby and said, oh my God, thank you so much. I loved your presentation. And I was like, oh, thanks. And I said, what did you love? Because I'm actually really interested in the bit that resonates. I'm like, what is the bit? Because I said a lot. I'm fucking talking my head off for 50 minutes, So what did you like? And she said, I loved be kind, don't be nice. And she said, I reckon that's a game changer. And I said, see, I fucking love that. And it was really funny. I was talking, and her husband goes, oh yeah, I've never thought about that. And I said, no, because you haven't been trained like we have. And that training that puts us in a box and makes us be, it doesn't help that we have very caring hormones. So our hormones are designed to help us care, like estrogen makes us care. And our hormone cycles change all the time to help keep us buoyant, and basically I reckon are designed for us to put up with shit. And then what happens when you get to menopause is you run out of those hormones, so then you just no longer. I made a joke in my I think it was might have been my first book, Look Gorgeous Be Happy, which is way back in 2011, I think. And it's like when you get to menopause, you no longer bear anything. So, it's not just that you can't bear children. You don't have to bear anything. It's just game over. Because you lose your ability to care when you lose your estrogen. So that's why middle-aged women are more feisty and more like, get fucked. Because we actually don't have that hormone that makes us go, oh, let me make you a sandwich. Oh, let me get your blanket. Now we're like, get your own fucking blanket. I don't give a shit if you're hungry. And that's what happens. And no one knows to literally reverse puberty. And people don't kind of get that, which is, I think, hilarious. So my observation this week was about how many people commented on that comment I made about how kindness is so important for everybody, because I reckon the facts are that being a human's hard. Every single person I meet needs kindness. I don't know anyone that doesn't need kindness. And kindness isn't gender specific. Kindness is just be kind. Someone's carrying something, offer to help. Someone looks lost, offer to help. Like, be kind. Say to someone, oh, you did really well in that. I liked what you did there. Just be nice to people, I think. I was in a restaurant last night and a waitress dropped some cutlery. She was carrying 4 plates and some of the knives and forks fell off. And so I went over and picked them up and she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And I'm like, it's fine. Like, I was doing nothing. I was sitting at a table on my own. You dropped some cutlery, I can pick them up. She was like, that's so kind, thank you so much. And she keeps saying, oh, thank you. I'm like, man, I didn't write you a check. Like, calm down. I just picked up some cutlery. And it's like, I think if you can make someone's day easier, you should. I think that's a really good rule to live by. And if you can leave someone better than you find them, even better, right? But don't go around doing this whole nice thing, because nice is like yuck. I don't like the word nice, because I don't like the idea of just being contained and polite. And even, it just makes me feel a bit bleh, the word nice. And especially, I think it's a lopsided fucking thing, niceness, because I don't believe boys have been trained to be as nice as girls. So I think I've got a bit of an anti-nice thing going on. So there you go. Be careful of nice, because nice sometimes helps you become a doormat. And nice sometimes means that, you are too polite to put yourself forward for something, or you lose your power in a situation because you're being too nice. So I reckon we should be kind. There you go. That's my observation. That's what I've been thinking about. And I've had a lot of feedback on that this week. So, and it just fell out. I don't know. I was talking about people saying, how did they describe you as? And how do you want to be? And I never want to be called nice. I really want to be called kind. I want to be called thoughtful. I want to be called, generous. But I don't want to be called nice. So I'm interested in what your niceness thing is on that. Hey, now, if you're listening to this, you might be interested. Next week, I am doing a special energy event for the anniversary of my energy book. And it's what I've learned 1 year on since producing the energy book. So my energy book is now a year old, and we're doing an online session, and it's only $25 to come along and get an energy boost. So everything I've learned about energy since I wrote the book. So if you'd like to join me, that would be cool. And you can pay $25 and come along to that if that's like a little energy boost you might want. Or you can join the Energy Club, which is $25 a month. And if you join the Energy Club, you get the event for free. So then you also get a whole month of Energy Club. And that means you get a text message from me every day. It means you get an extra podcast on a Wednesday, which is all about energy. It means you get an extra energy newsletter and access to a whole lot of cool podcasts and stuff. Lots of stuff, poetry, all kinds of stuff that I've got in my energy podcast, Energy Club, which is just designed to help create more energy. So I had a woman come up to me this week and she's like, oh my God, I just need you in my life every day. And I said, guess what? You can have me. She said, what? How? I said, I've got an Energy Club, $25 a month, and you'll get a text message from me every day. She goes, where the fuck can I sign up for that? Because I'm in. I was like, there you go. Easy. And then there's 3 podcasts because there's the 2 offstage ones and Wednesday is a special podcast only for the Energy Club. So I'd love to see you online next week if you would like to come to my 1-year little book birthday celebration, a whole hour of energy. What else do we learn? What is the stuff that I didn't tell you about in the book? What have we learned? So there you go. Love to see you there. Bye.